What's up, y'all? This is the B Block. I'm back with it. If this is the first thing you're watching, I've got another segment talking about how I just don't understand the slander that Notre Dame is getting for being in the college football playoffs. So if that's your kind of deal, go watch it or click on it. Just click it. If this is the first thing you're watching, this is my mic. You're gonna hear a timer after 10 minutes because I got a time limit on this camera. So ignore the rest of that. And also follow me here, wherever I put it, do all the things. And I don't have a title. I don't have a title for this. But this next segment comes from the viral video of a man, his name is Mark, talking about how he pays all the bills. His wife has never had to pay a bill, and that's what makes him the man of the house. And recently he was on Yanla Fix My Life. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the show, talking about how his family life is in shambles. Now, I don't really get into the show because I don't watch the show, but I know what it is. But what I want to get into is the conversation that's all over social media. It seems like it grew this year about, should a man pay all the bills or should he go 50-50? The short answer to this from me is do what works for your household. All right. I mean, women, if you want your man to pay all the bills, all the rent, all the mortgage, whatever, then go find you a man that does that. You're not wrong. Go find him. He's out there. Men, if you want your woman to go 50-50 with you, to kick in on some bills, go find her. She's out there. Talk it out. I mean, that's what you want. Nobody's right or wrong. This is just what you prefer in your relationship. Do what works for your household. And if that was just the main crux of this conversation, this video would be over. Bye and log out. But Mark, in his viral video, and I'll try to find it and place it in here somewhere, just a short clip. Mark, in his video, said that you're not a man. Or he said that's what a man does, implying that if you don't do it, then you're not a man. And that's my issue. Mark assigned masculinity to finance. And I don't think that's right. I guess back in the day, you kind of had to do this because, I don't know, in the 1900s, women didn't even have the right to vote. I mean, they didn't get the right to vote until 1920 or something like that. So if you didn't have the option to cast a vote on who you think should run the nation, if you couldn't give your opinion on who you think is the best candidate to run the nation, then I know you didn't have a job. I know nobody cared about you working. So I understand that women in the 1900s had to be at home, barefoot, raising the kids, that old cliche, cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, because they really didn't have another option. They didn't really have the option to go work. And if they did go work, they were grossly underpaid. They didn't have the finances to take care of the household. So out of necessity, the man had to do that. But if you ain't noticed, we ain't in the 1900s anymore. So this is not to say that women aren't still grossly underpaid, because they are, but they are far better compensated now than they were back in the 1900s. So my question with the social media group that says pay all the bills, not going 50-50, go 50-50, not paying on the bills. For the women, what are you doing with your finances if your man is paying all the bills? Now, I'm not talking about the situation where the man makes a whole bunch of money and you have the option to work or not. He's going to take care of the bills. That's y'all's dynamic. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the regular man and woman that live together, that are both having to work. What are you doing with your money? Because back in the day, if we're going gender roles, back in the day, you didn't have the money to contribute. So it wasn't a question whether the man would do it or not. But why is masculinity now assigned to the finances. Is that what a real man does? Because the question comes up, well, what are you doing with your, while I'm paying all the bills, what are you doing? We both have jobs. And then the women circle around and say, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm cooking, cleaning. That ain't a good enough answer for me. Because the way I was raised, I had to clean. I had to do all, I had to make up my bed. I had to clean my bathroom. I had to wash dishes. I ain't got no dishwasher. I got a dishwasher now and I still hand wash dishes, sweep, mop, vacuum. I had to do all that because my mama wasn't raising those nasty kids. So my question is, you don't expect your man to do none of that? Laundry, none of that? You don't expect your man to rear his own children? That's kind of the problem with the family now. Mark was out here paying all the bills, but he wasn't rearing his kids, and now he doesn't even have his kids' respect. So are you really a man if you can't even command the respect in your own household? Is that what you want to swap out for, the financial stability over respect in your own house? You the head of the house financially, but you ain't the head of the house in your own house. People in your house don't like you, don't respect you, don't want to talk to you, want to fight you. But you want to tell me how that's how to be a man? No, sir. I don't subscribe to that train of thought. He sounds like the type that would also probably have a problem with his wife making more than him. Because you're not the financial breadwinner, that means you're not a man. Come on, we got to get away from that. We got to get away from the masculinity going to strictly to the pockets. Because if men came at women saying femininity means you got to be able to cook, and we ain't talking about no shrimp Alfredo, then that's a whole other issue. And I'm not saying the same thing. If you can't cook, cooking's hard. Okay, I get it. But the same thing applies to the men and his money and being a man and being able to provide. I understand that you don't want no broke man. Nobody wants a broke man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about calling a man less than because he doesn't pay all of the bills when you both work and you both live under the same roof and have to utilize these same utilities to pay these same bills. Mortgage, rent, lights, you using it too. And the thing, I talked to my friends about this, and the thing that came up, they said, well, if you're working and I'm working and I'm paying all the bills, what I say goes. And I know that's not flying. And no, it's not a woman alive that's going, I'm not gonna say it's not a woman alive. I don't know a woman personally that's just gonna say, all right, to everything that goes in the house. Okay, well, we gonna put on football 24/7, and I'm gonna have a basketball hoop hanging from the ceiling, and I'm gonna ball whenever I want to, because I pay the bills around here. Okay. Try it. Go home and try that. Say exactly what I just said to your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other. Men, try it and see how far you get with that. Even if you pay all the bills, if you don't, just try it. You're not gonna get too far. So I think I'm gonna beat my timer. The moral of this, I'm saying, is let's stop telling men, attaching gender roles to finances, just like we shouldn't attach gender roles to specific duties in the house. If you're not doing this, then you're not a woman. That's not nice. That's not mean. That's not mean. That's not nice. It's very mean. It's very mean. Do what works for your household. Stop letting social media tell you what you are and are not supposed to do, because social media is probably single. Probably. Anywho, I beat my timer. Follow, like, click, share, subscribe, engage, comment, tell me, am I right? Am I wrong? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What works for your household? You can tell me that. What works for your household? Anywho, I'm out. Maybe I keep saying anywho. Maybe anywho should be the title of the podcast. I'm off the title. But stay tuned. I'll have more videos soon.